All right, there we go. For one more stream this week. Hope everyone's having a good Sunday night. And, we desperately need to get through this storyline, because Savage drops next week. I don't recall if my static is planning to go into Savage next weekend, or if they're going to wait till the week after that, but I definitely want to have this ready before it drops. Even if so I can just, I don't know, prog some stuff on my own or do some of this or that or whatever. And besides, it's a really good story and I want to see the end of it. So today is all about finishing up Pandemonium. All about going through Anabaseios. P9 through 12. And checking out all the story associated with it. Finishing up the everything on the story of Pandemonium, and hanging out with these idiots a little bit. And I think there's a little something after you finish running through the normal modes of these. If you remember to talk to one of these guys, I think there's a little something after the fact. Oh, also, yeah, that that took a while. Like, I finally built it all, except the boots. The boots I bought off the market, like, day of, so I could get into EX6. So I'd have the eye level to get into EX6. But everything else I built myself. All built by me. That was annoying. Very annoying. I had like 6 classes, 6 crafter classes that I had to blow through the storyline, which I want to talk about, which is, I get the feeling, and I may be wrong about this is my own personal impression of it, that they locked manipulation behind quests, but behind crafter quests completion, to be like, well, this is a really important skill. We'll lock it behind the quests themselves. And that means that most people will actually get a chance to see our crafter quests, which are some really interesting storylines that we want people to check out, blah, blah, yada, yada. Whatever. That's the impression that I get as to why they locked it behind quest completion and why they've refused to take it out from behind quest completion. But, and here's the thing, I feel like, in my case most definitely, but I feel like in most people's cases, when I think about it, that kind of backfires on them. Because the idea of, let's lock it behind quest completion, so that way people will have to look at our cool quests that we designed and we want them to see, isn't how things go. People don't just naturally tend to be like, I'm gonna play through my crafter quests as I go. No. There are 1,000 ways to level crafters that are so much faster than trying to slowly level them up and do one quest at a time and all that nonsense, right? So everybody blows past that, and then you reach a point where someone's like, oh shit, I need manipulation now, so I can craft this thing now, so I can get into this thing I need it for now. And so what ended up happening in my case, and what I feel like must end up happening in most people's cases, is instead of, oh, let's look at these cool quest lines and take our time and talk to everybody and see all these interesting story beats, that didn't happen. I have like 6 crafters who I could not tell you what most of their quest lines were about anymore, because everything from 50 to 65, I skipped every dialogue and I exited every cutscene. Like, I just blew through every dialogue without reading a thing, and I skipped every single cutscene that happened, so that I could unlock manipulation on like 6 of my crafters, because I need this crafted set before we get into Savage raiding, so that I'm not the anchor that's weighing my group down. Like, it's cute to lock manipulation behind quest completion. I get the feeling that was, like I said, to show people these cool crafter quest lines that they were proud of, but I think it just backfires. Because I don't think people go through it slowly on their own time, enjoying it at their own pace. No. I think when it comes to crafting, you go as far as you need to go to get what you need done for what you need it for. And so when you hit a wall that's like, shit, I need manipulation on half my classes because I have to get this craft done by tomorrow, I get the feeling most people just skip the crafter quest lines like I did and just blow through them. Because the simple fact is, I was reading and taking my own pace and watching the cutscenes for like the first 2, maybe 3 classes. But by the time I got to a point where I realized I still had like 3 or 4 classes left I needed to unlock manipulation on, and it's like, I don't have infinite time here. I just started skipping everything. So there's at least a few crafter classes that I could not tell you even one word of what their like 50 to 65 quest lines were. Because I didn't care enough. I needed manipulation so I could craft up gear so I could be ready for Savage raiding. That's all that was important there. So it's cute that they do it, but by doing it, I think they actually hinder people going and enjoying their storylines rather than force people to go and enjoy their storylines. Because I expect most people, when manipulation got locked behind quest completion, just skipped through crafter quests to get a manipulation. Because you have... You have 8 classes you have to unlock manipulation on. And they all just take for fucking ever. So, no. I get the feeling most players probably couldn't tell you what the, like, any of the crafter quests up to 65 probably are. I doubt many players would be able to intricately explain the storylines of any of these up to, like, level 65. I'm sure there are some out there somewhere, but I get the feeling far more players ended up in a situation like me where they're like, fuck it, I need this done by tomorrow, let's just skip everything. Let me, let's do something. Here we go. Eater of Souls, huh? Sigh of relief at your arrival. Asha, I had a feeling you would arrive soon. Urgent tidings always seem to carry you in their wake, after all. And Master Fortunaut recently sent word regarding his investigation. Seems he's uncovered information regarding Professor Claudian's whereabouts, and the sudden appearance of pandemonium in the ethereal sea. It would do well to meet with him at once. If you have no objections, I ask that you proceed to the Astroscope forthwith. I should make the necessary arrangements and join you shortly. Ooh, the Astroscope, huh? Okay, then. Yep, let's go. Yeah, I'm still using this one. Well, I just recently bought him from the Moogle Tombstone thing. I may as well. This song, man. Seriously? Oh yeah, they locked it so you can't fly there. Huh. Interesting. But, oh no, I need to run around here, don't I? Yeah, it's over here. Ragnarok and Ultima Thule are cute and all, but right now I'm busy. I'm so tired of Sprint not being available. There you go. Oh well. I also started doing that a lot more often. Where I'm just like, fuck it, switch over to a range DPS, cast Peloton, run, switch back, do whatever I need to do. Alright. That is so weird that Pandemonium just suddenly appeared in the Ethereals. I don't know, man. Thank you for answering my summons with haste. Let's forgo formalities and jump straight to the heart of the matter. Namely, the whereabouts of Professor Claudian, who has not been seen since his ill-advised journey to Azys Law. Subsequent expedition discovered an airship in the vicinity of the Aethera Chemical Research Facility. Although the vessel clearly belonged to the professor, he was nowhere to be found. There were signs that someone, perhaps the man himself, had forced their way into the facility, so this trail was duly followed. However, the trail led nowhere, in the most literal sense. It's almost as if an entire sector of the facility had been wrested from existence. Further investigations confirmed the expedition party's suspicions. Now an entire sector of Azys Law has been teleported elsewhere. Teleported? To where? Here. I believe that its destination was none other than the Ethereal Sea. Here were its elegant facilities reconstituted as the Halls of Pandemonium. To great success, as you can see. So that means Professor Claudian is in there, in the monstrous fortress. That is our leading theory. We are certain enough, at least, to risk sending you into its depths in search of the missing man. Okay then. Before we do, there's another pressing matter. Pandemonium may appear firmly sealed. An unknown entity was recently spied crawling forth from its gates. I don't know. Oh. We observed its behavior with the Aesioscope. To our horror, witnessed it gorging upon the surrounding ether like a ravenous beast. What? It must be stopped. The ethereal sea harbors the souls of the departed. It is the wellspring from which all creatures are born. If its flow were disturbed, life itself might cease to be. Precisely. Its safety must be our first priority. Rid us of this menace. Then we'll be at liberty to investigate what wicked machinations are afoot. Okay, so the first one doesn't even take place inside Pandemonium. Its memory crystal was recovered from Claudian's airship. Take it with you. May it provide some insight into the enigma of Pandemonium. Let them as there'll be no army of phantom warriors. Realize you're more than capable in combat, but are you certain you'll be alright? I mean, there'll be an army of phantom warriors. Like... Yeah, he's not the only one who can summon illusory allies. Oh, great. No, 5 minutes into the stream, camera's already fucking up. Is it? Why, of course, I should have known someone of your talents would master even the ancients' arcane arts. Apologies for my failure of imagination. Well, you can thank Azam for that. Once we're freed of the looming specter of Pandemonium, you must promise to share your knowledge. For the sake of thorough reports, of course. In the meanwhile, I shall focus my efforts on providing you with the information and support I can. I shall gather researchers from the confluence to construct a means to convey you to your destination. The rest is in your hands. Sure, whatever, let's go. Yes! Quick, easy, right into it. Are you kidding me? Start my stream and... Oh, just a sec. Okay. There we go. I'm just gonna hop right in. I don't know if anyone's really interested in doing this right now. The Static's doing their own things with Party Finder and progging and all that sort of stuff. Some of my friends are busy with their own stuff. And I don't know what most of the FC is doing, but I'm a healer. These ought to be pretty quick queue times. This is brand new content. People have got to be doing the normal modes of these. I know I'm a few days behind. A lot of people were doing it like the day it released. The queue times can't be too bad. Plus it'll be interesting to go in with a party who's just like random people. So I wonder if Party Finder's got anything up. It would be... raids. Anabaseios 9. First time clear, so there are some. She won't stop texting me. Hey, good. Unbelievable. Not only is it suddenly start texting me as soon as I start streaming, but it's text me 50 times in a row. Hey, do this, do this. Hey, can you go do this? Go do that. Come on, I need you to run downstairs real quick and go do this. It's like, no, absolutely not. I refuse. I'll do it later. I'm sorry that the fact that I've told you multiple times, even in this single day that I'm streaming at a specific time today, isn't enough for you to give a shit about anything I do in my life, and it's all unimportant garbage anyway, so you can just let me do whatever you want. You just make me do whatever you want, but, you know, sorry. Streaming's important enough to me.
Must not end. My feast must not be interrupted.
Coquitos. Coquitos. Well, it's definitely spelt a little different. Well, actually, Old Greek. Who knows? Okay, so who's our... Oh, God. Why are you dance partnering the tank? Okay, so you're getting that person? Fine, I'll get this person then. Oof. That's probably a raid wide. Hey, what do you know? I'm getting pretty good at predicting these things. Ravening, that's gotta be like a tank hit type thing. Oh, or is that actually a raid wide thing? No.
Death brings me no peace. Such is my fate.
Mage's Lament? Interesting.
Strength is without equal.
Fire 2. I get the feeling this needs to be somewhere else. Please don't drag that into the party, idiots. Okay, so those suddenly will expand as well. Let's just go ahead and give everyone a little shield here.
I bind you.
That looks like an inn. Yeah. Okay, now it's dual spell. Wait, is this gonna be an inn and a fire? Because how are we supposed to spread out far enough to do that? Oh, it's fewer fires. Oh, and the inn isn't quite as compact either. Okay. That's not too bad so far, but global spell, I have no idea what this is. Let's just Penheim everyone for this. Oh, that's a dot. Damn it. Everyone's okay for the moment, though. Evening.
Always more killing to be done. And I'm always happy to
Martialist's Lament. Okay, so this one's gonna be a lot of punching and
make
kicking.
it fun for me.
Okay. Okay, so that's a knockback as well. Oh, avoid the, yeah, screwed that up.
The first drops are always the sweetest.
Meanwhile, everyone's miles away. Like, if this was Savage, we'd all be dead there, that's for sure. Because half the group is, like, not even paying attention. Okay. I get the feeling that's gonna have like a front, back, side, whatever component to it in Savage. Where you can't just go like in and stay out from in front of him, but it'll be like in, then out, then around, then move across, then, you know. What do we have now? Ready at this? Bro. Like, yeah, that's right, chase me around. If these are the same as, yeah. There we go. Does that leave dots? No, it does not. Good. Let's just go ahead and put up some shields here. Ooh, he's on all four. Oh, Beast's Lament. Okay. Huh. Not sure how each of these is going to change. Ecliptic Meteor, that's going to be behind this one. Like, that's obvious enough. So those other ones are destroyed. Holy crap, I can't believe we survived that. Oh, we lost someone for that one. But most of the rest of us survived it, miraculously. Okay, what's he becoming now? Mage again. Okay. It's not too bad. I already know how to handle the mechanics for Mage. Not Ice Flame summoning, though. No idea what that is. Let's just shield everyone a little bit. Okay, Ice and Fire. Got it. Oh, Ice Bind you. Okay. So after he summons, he'll like choose one, and that one will become big. Yeah, there it is. That one becomes very large. Dual spell. What are we doing here?
Ice bind you.
Oh, Ice Bind. This means that you need to be a little more careful with that one. Like, we made it through that one, but you walked through two of us. You'd have been very dead. Okay, nothing too insane here so far. It's interesting to think about, like, what these will become in Savage, though. Ta-da! Yeah, I can't get any more comedy this week. I already did that with hunt trains and stuff. Ooh, nice. Give it to you, I suppose. Loot. I don't really need any of this. I don't care. I'll just read it. If at all. Oh wow, you can only roll on one anyway? That's fucking stupid. Like, who cares? It's all a bunch of garbage. I've got the 640 crafted set, high quality, and maybe it'll be slightly better than that, but I think I'm only going to run the story, like, once, so it's not like I'm going to gather up all of the gear, blah, 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 before I get there. Best of work, Ashra. The memories of your tenacity were not embellished in the slightest. Do not be alarmed. Proper introduction shall yet set your mind at ease. I am Athena, chief keyword of Pandemonium, wife to La Habrea and mother to Erchthonios. It's I who made Pandemonium anew in the underworld. Okay. Manner of speaking, I am the source of your recent troubles. I must say, I did not imagine I would meet you in this age. Slight miscalculation, but perhaps a fortunate one. Your deeds in the past have left quite an impression on me. Stand, you have reason to be wary. I assure you there is no need. I know not what La Habrea has told you of me, but all that I have done out of a sincere scientific curiosity. That appetite yet remains, even after my rebirth. Conflict is the furthest thing from my mind. I ask that you at least hear me out before brandishing your weapon. Yeah, you were reborn? In a sense, yes. The only way I could see my research to completion. Myriad souls floating in the ethereal sea provide all the raw material I require, and your Professor Claudian proved a most welcome surprise. Why not? I treat all my tools with care, especially those with which I will grasp godhood. You're as stubborn as La Habrea, I see. Though I speak in earnest, you refuse to hear the meaning of my words. Perhaps you would be better served by a different teacher. Luckily, you already possess the tools I require to make one for you. Wait, is she seriously tapping into the crystal? Impressive. Although I think that might not be that's probably not the Asm one. That's probably the one I picked up as part of the Pandemonium story. Yeah. Crystal teems with memories. Memories of two souls you know quite well. La Habrea and Erchthonios. Sure, I totally believe you're gonna summon both of them for no other reason than to mentor me. Yup. Shall stitch them into the fabric of two errant souls. that with their help you may come to see clearly. Hi guys. So it's been about 15,000 years, and you, how, where are we? Surely these two have much to tell you of me. I would have you listen. Perhaps then you shall better understand me and my desire for godhood. There's another, but their soul has proven difficult to work with. However, with these memories, I may very well manage to weave together something presentable. You have a place in my plans. I do hope that in time you come to realize that cooperation is the best path forward. Hey. I have little understanding of where we are. Yet somehow I am unsurprised to find you here. At present, I have more questions than answers. Perhaps you can help me address this iniquity. Is there somewhere we can speak without fear of interruption? Like, welcome to the underworld. It's been thousands and thousands of years. I'm sure they're both very thrilled that these two are here. I know how long it's been, Ash. It's good as ever to see your face. Not that it were under more conventional circumstances. Just where are we? What events have led to this unexpected reunion? Oh, that's gonna take a while. Yes, I remember telling you about us telling us about this memory crystal. I think that it contained our memories. There's a lot to take in, least of all the fact that you hail from the future. I searched for you after a time, but could find no trace. Now I know why. Well, just cowering in a corner. Age had its share of surprises. My memories are to be believed. Supposedly world-ending final days came upon us, yet here we are, in a future where you at least exist. It is interesting to see a version of them that already knows about the final days, because it's like the memories that they had at the end. Do we overcome the despair that befalls us? Do we find a way to live on? Not exactly in the way you'd want. Questions without simple answers, it seems. Let's take heart that life endured in some form. As but memories, we may never have the luxury of the larger picture. Regardless, now that it's come to pass, this future must be protected from Athena's scheming. Let this conviction guide our every action. Seeing a version of La Brea that's like, let's just help him fight to save this world. Agreed. Those memories giving fleeting form are bereft of any physical or magical talents. We can't aid Ash in battle. Athena meant us to speak, nothing more. Though we may be tools, we need not be slaves to her whims. We'll tear ourselves from her grasp and shatter her ambitions. I just wonder how she knew of our history with Ash. Probably from Claudian. Likely she possessed some means by which to observe events within Pandemonium, either while they were occurring or after the fact. Regardless, her knowledge far exceeds our own. Shortcoming we must remedy at once. It would do well to learn more of the pandemonium now dominating the landscape of souls. Asheron's colleagues will doubtless prove to be of value in that respect. If we can get them to stop cowering. I don't know. These aren't even all that interesting. I'll go with crit, I guess. That's generally the most wanted one. Like, all my stuff's melded. I'm good. Pneumonium awakens. Eyeing the frightened researchers with a mix of curiosity and derision. Why do your companions hesitate to approach? We may be unusual visitors, but time is of the essence. Bring them here. If I recall properly, I think I heard them say that they used the same voice actor for Thancred for La Habrea, which makes a lot of sense when you think about it. So I'm trying to go... I don't know. I'm not even sure I've got a good Thancred, but I'm trying to go kind of Thancred, but more of just like an egotistical prick. Kind of. They may be but a confidence in memory. It's an honor to meet the personages that I've only read of in Ash's reports. As a researcher, this is beyond exciting, but I admit to no small measure of fear as well. I know what you mean. I can scarcely stop my legs from shaking. I'm powerless to do aught but speak. I see no reason why you should be afraid. This is my life I fear for. I only fear that I might not have the chance to ask you all the questions now burning a hole in my mind. God damn it, Chichi. We stand before two of the ancients who hold priceless knowledge beyond the ken of any of our peers. What purpose does fear serve if not to be confronted and conquered? To that end, we shall share with you our records, and perhaps together we can find the thread which will lead us safely out of this conundrum. Information shall be our most precious resource, but that is the only weapon we can wield in these forms. Our memories are at your complete disposal. You can start with Athena. Thus for discovery would see all life consumed. Her desires haven't changed. Still she seeks to transcend her mortal existence, that she might unravel the mysteries of life. She would become a god? Nebulous concept, but Athena had her own ideas on what divinity entailed. In her mind, a god can create souls at will. Thus she chose the underworld, or the ethereal sea, as it's known in this age, as the staging ground for her final experiments. Here lies a practically bottomless well of ether. Even if it means stemming the flow of life itself, she intends to continue her work. She thinks of nothing else. I had a glimpse of Athena as we came into this world. Her smile, her voice, just as I remember. Without even realizing it, I found myself feeling an affection for her. Don't look at me like I've gone mad. I'm not asking you to join her side. I know the true Erechthonios would never want that. These emotions remain, in memory if nowhere else. We shall remain here to compile what information we can. You must infiltrate Pandemonium and seek out Athena. I would ask that you leave the memory crystal with us. It holds secrets which have yet to be unveiled. Okay for now. Why not? All that's left is across the menacing threshold. Shall we take a closer look? I can kind of see why Athena was having trouble getting a hold of Elidibus, though. His soul, his memories are all a little, like, shattered into oblivion. I have one question for you. Does the word Orsight mean aught to you? Orsight? Well, yes, there are a few records of its existence. Mainly makes appearances in the legends of Ivalice, and in tales concerning the Asian Laha... Too late, dumbass. Well, in tales concerning an entity known as an Asian. This personage is associated with black Orsight known as the Heart of Sabik, source of considerable power. The Heart of Sabik. See, so time has not buried it. What are you planning to do with Orsight, bro? Part of me doesn't want La Habrea anywhere near any Orsight, please. I'm thinking he's probably planning to use it as a weapon against Athena, since they're all basically just like spirits and memories here. It might work. But having La Habrea talk about Orsight at all is like, dude, no, let's not walk down this road again, please. On the outside, Pandemonium looks no different than it does in the past. However, there is no guarantee that the inside will be familiar. You do well to secure the area near the entrance first. Once it's been cleared of threats, La Habrea and I can approach. We shall begin our exploration of the interior. I do know that even these normal ones get pretty tough. I remember my my FC was running these together, and they were talking about how, like, on the last one on P12, they wiped it like 7 or 8 times. So I'm wondering if I should take some, like, actual raid food with me. I've got plenty of it anyway. The portal should convey you to Pandemonium's gates. Hardly need to tell you to keep your weapon at the ready. Hey, we're back. Huh? I knew you would come. Hey, buddy. I lost faith that we would meet again. Told you as much, did I not? I understand you may be confused. I was too, at first. See, I'm not the true Themis. I was made by Athena, molded from one of the many souls at her disposal. Only an illusion built from memory, no more real than La Habrea or Erchthonios. Even so, I believe I have a grasp of the situation. This is the distant future. Future where Athena lives once more. Although the means of her rebirth are yet beyond me. You're here to stop her. I have the right of it so far. Very good. I would be disappointed if you did not rise to her challenge. Though I am sorry to say that I cannot aid you. The Creator has tampered with my essence, and I'm oddly inclined to act in her interests. Oh boy. This is so weird with this, like, ass end of all the storylines versions of Asians, where it's like they're all just souls and memories, and they're being warped and molded and manipulated, and like so this one's fighting against us, now this one's helping us, now that one's fighting against us, now this one's helping us, now Jesus. Don't but offer you words of warning. We will fight, and it cannot be avoided. Oh, really? No need for that pained expression. Remember, I'm but an illusion. Nothing worth shedding tears over. I mean, I've already fought you, dude. Like, I've already fought you. It would feel terrible if I had to trounce Elidibus again. I have to. That one's too good. It would feel terrible if I had to trounce Elidibus again. I don't know what's in your mind, but I must stress once again that I cannot defy the urge to stand against you. Athena's hold over me is unyielding. So I would ask that you listen carefully to the advice I offer you now. Venus prepared a new vessel to replace Erchthonios, so that she may become a god. By gathering the souls readily available in the sea of ether, she tempers her own essence. The souls are faint, diffuse. She doubts whether they're sufficient for her goals, so she's turned her gaze to you. Despite your thin ether, you managed to lay Hephaestus low. Athena would know the secret of your strength. Really. To that end, she prepared an experiment for observation. Fight for your life against Athena's creations, and in doing so, give her the knowledge she desires. So this one may just be like a general type of creature creation that she came up with. So are P11 and 12 gonna be like Elidibus and then Athena? Because that'll be interesting. What is this friggin... What is this weird, like, eldritch horror Alexander, dude? Like, what? It's like the Summon Alexander, definitely, but it's like something out of a Cthulhu tale. So, the hell? Oh, Athena doesn't want anyone interfering with this. What's happening? Athena's made her move. We must find a way to reach her, or all is lost. And do little but hope for Ash's success. Yeah, I mean, I'll be good. I have 7 randos, infinite respawns, and the Echo. I'm good. Although, actually, I don't know if they give you the Echo for, like, current content, so they may not let me use it. It does. It looks like an Eldritch Horror Alexander. Pandemonium, once a massive lifeless stone, now imbued with a soul. It's Pandemonium itself? It has grown much since her death at La Habrea's hand. All of the souls she creates are imperfect. They act with absolute obedience. Now you shall cut your way through this monster. As you have so many others, then you'll come before me. Don't hesitate to do what you must do. That's the only way to stop Athena. It is so weird to interact with them as like memories and illusions of themselves. Is it literally just gonna be Pandemonium? Oh, that's an interesting one. What? Oh, 10th, okay. I didn't notice that they had 9th in that list. Brave Pandemonium once again, but your advance is blocked by a familiar phase. The moment Athena memory is a past, souls is present. Voice friendly, souls improved. Parts, massive stones, unbreakable fortress, Pandemonium arranged in a twisted form. This verboten being serves a singular purpose: crush any who would oppose its mother's plans. Interesting. I wonder if I'm gonna run into like the same people over and over again for this, as we're like progressing at the same pace. Although who knows? Interesting that I can still teleport out, even though it's like, nope, giant freaking force field around the whole place. Oh yeah, man. You did straight up just like rip Pandemonium apart to create this thing. Huh. Also instanced. Must be because they have so many people running it at the same time for the first week. I bet the whole Savage area will be... Although Savage won't have story associated with it, so its areas wouldn't need to be instanced. Oh yeah. Also, I had to pull off my Manderville weapon. Because it's not the best anymore. Oh well. Why are those direct hit? That's like the worst thing to put on it. I wonder if there's room for crit or determination on there. Anywho. I'll grab a handful of these. My understanding is that direct hit's basically the worst thing you can put on a Sage. I don't know if it's the worst thing you can put on any healer. I know it's like the worst thing you could bother putting on. I mean, there's obviously worse. Tenacity would be worthless. Piety is pretty worthless because Sage has good MP management, right? But like of the attack stats, direct hit is like the worst thing you can give a Sage, because direct hit rate only affects, if I remember and read this properly, it only affects a Sage's attacks. It doesn't actually affect a Sage's heals at all. Like, you can only direct hit on your attacks. It doesn't do anything for your heals, so it's better to stack determination over direct hit. I mean, it's still better to put, you know, crit, but of the two, it's better to stack determination. Which is what I basically did for my stuff. Oh, yeah, all this stuff is brand new, so... like, crit where I could, determination where I couldn't. Determination, crit. Oh, that's the one someone else made, though, too. Crit, determination, crit. Also, I think all of these can be pentamelded. I was not about to get into that game. Like, I was not about to start playing the game and trying to pentameld my crafted gear, because there's already going to be better gear. There's going to be, you know, a new set of augmented stuff. There's going to be the new raid stuff, which will all be better than this stuff anyway. So I had no interest in trying to pentameld my crafted gear. I'm still stuck in the nightmare of pentamelding my crafting sets. Right? Where, like, not even all my clothes are fully pentamelded yet. God knows I don't want to get started. I don't even want to start trying to pentameld my, my tools. I'm gonna blow through, like, hundreds of materia doing that. Like, I got 6 million gil. I'll blow through all of that and another 10 million probably trying to pentameld my crafting sets, so that's not happening. I have enough stats on my crafting set that I can make the new 4-star stuff. That's good enough. I have to use, like, food and tea and all that sort of stuff to do it, but that's good enough for me. I can make the new 4-star stuff. So, I'll worry about pentamelding when all of the materia has gone way down in price, like a month or two from now. Wow, no one wants to tank this. Big surprise. Ugh. The giant pulsating nodule on its back. Let me see what the FC mates are up to. I think they're all busy doing other stuff, so I'm not going to really get into... What the heck is this? Huh? I have no idea who you are. No idea. Ignored. Rejected. I have no idea who you are. Like, random Discord friend requests and messages. I'm like, hi. Like, nope. Don't know who you are. What are they working on? Yeah, no, they're busy with stuff. And of course, stupid camera still being a piece of crap. Why do you have to do that? There you go. How about now? Have I fully broken you yet? One of these days it'll probably happen. It'll fully break altogether, which, like I said, I don't mind. I'm really not all that worried about because it's already a piece of junk that ought to be replaced, so if I fully break it at some point, boo-hoo. What is this song? Interesting. Oh. Yeah, I love that it's like, he's not the only one who can summon illusion friends. I have a bunch of fake friends too.
I am Pandemonium.
Good for you.
From countless failures have I wrought miracles. Into soulless vessels I breathe life.
Uh-huh. Demonic dungeon pandemonium. Okay, so it is literally just pandemonium. Alright, let's do this. Looks like this person wants to be our main tank, so you get the Cardia. You ever wanted to fight a giant spider? Oh yeah, that reminds me. I wonder how, whoops, wrong person. Oh well, this is normal, not savage. I wonder how Vup handled this boss. Though that's probably not a problem. His is, if I recall, particularly like the many eyes and mandibles and things like that. So, since this doesn't have much of like a spider face, he probably didn't care. Did you just? God, what's about to happen?
Offers no escape.
Okay then. Okay, so those become shells that he can cast Ultima? Huh.
I mustn't disappoint. Lady Athena.
And demoniac pillars. Okay, so those create donuts. Interesting. Is that the same person dead?
Where you are.
I don't know. But I mean, I don't have Swift Cast, so, you know. Let's just shield them up as much as I can, the tanks. Oh great, camera's fucking up on me again. Webs from around, blah blah blah.
Awaiting death.
Piece of shit. Okay, so we need to stay far enough away from the pillars to not get it, and also far enough away from each other not to chain them.
Lead back to me.
Oh, well, that was a waste. Wonderful. Just wasted that Swift Cast. Huh, so he creates paths that we can use. He creates paths that we can use, and then has a bunch of attacks that probably make certain paths unusable, like too dangerous or whatever. I imagine it's more difficult to read in Savage, much more, but... Because he hasn't even used anything yet that's been like, oh, you can't go to that path at all.
Awaiting death.
Entangling web? can only imagine those must like grow or change or reshape or whatever.
Paths lead back to me.
This one must, yeah. I'm almost certain that in Savage, that one is going to like completely clear off a platform and you won't be able to use it at all. Sort of thing, right? Like when he does that I-beam, it'll be like, you don't want to be anywhere near that platform.
I am Pandemonium, and these cells are mine!
Yeah, those are inside. Okay, so the chains are inside, the lasers are a donut, which will probably be much bigger and more dangerous in Savage.
Bear yourselves to me!
Let's go and throw up the shield with the regen on it.
Your punishment shall
Yeah,
be
let's throw up
unending.
some extra healing too here. Whoo! That's a pretty big knockback, actually. I didn't expect that much from normal mode. That's why I wasn't so aggressive about getting, like, right up on the edge. I didn't think he'd knock us back almost the entire arena. I wonder if that one's gonna be, like, front and back and front and back and, like, just a bunch of nonsense.
Your soul screams!
This one's donuts. Yeah, those are gonna be much bigger and more, like, all over the place. There we go. He went ahead and created the path
These
for us.
bars are unbreakable.
And that person's already been rezzed. Oh my god, they're barely gonna make it.
Stay where you are. Webs like unto chains.
Spit. Did you seriously try to get closer to me at the last second, dude?
All paths lead back to me.
We're good, he's only gonna clear half of this section.
For Athena. For Mother.
Not too bad. There's a couple of, like, things. But so far, pretty good. Plus, we're almost done. Bleeding. Yeah, this isn't too bad so far. I wonder if 11 and 12 are really just going to be crazy difficult. Get destroyed, you stupid castle. Give it to you. I don't give a crap about any of this gear. I'm just gonna leave. Like, I'm only playing these for the story. I'm not gonna be farming these for a bunch of the gear. I seriously doubt that. Unless after the fact, after my stream today, I find out that it's like super much more powerful or whatever. I've already got the high quality 640 stuff. I'll just wait till like Savage and augmented stuff drop. The augmented stuff might already be here. I don't know. I think you can already get the credendum stuff. I don't know if you can augment it yet, though. The battle was a beautiful display, as always. Stand enchanted by your grace in battle. Ash, is that... Yup. Pandemonium's final gate has been cast wide. I shall await your arrival beyond. It is so weird that we're just dealing with illusions and memories of them. Apologies for not coming sooner. This space is enveloped by some fell energy. We couldn't risk venturing through it before taking due precautions. I was mistaken. Was that Themis? Tell us what you know. We must consider our next course of action carefully. Couple commands. Impressive. I ought to have anticipated this. She bore witness to past events within Pandemonium. Athena would have found Elidibus impossible to overlook. If you possess such a talent for magics, to say naught of the emissary's discerning judgment. So she found his soul upon the tides of the ethereal sea, used his memories to craft a puppet that would serve her whims. Is his soul upon the tides of the ethereal sea? I mean, I know it's no longer in the Crystal Tower. He used up, like, the last of what he had to send me to Elpis, but did he go to the ethereal sea from there, or was he just, like, destroyed? Like, dissolved into nothing? Because he was basically a battery. I figured he burned himself out. I didn't think he, like, passed on. What Themis said true. She imbued Pandemonium itself with a soul. Breathe life into that which should never live. Then his research is fast approaching its culmination. Fortunately, with the information shared with us by your friends, we've made some strides toward figuring out how to stop her. A crystal called the Heart of Sabik may be the key. Researchers related a quick but thorough history of events leading to the present. The sundering of the star, the emergence of the Ascians, the calamities that they brought to bear upon the realm. Tales that under other circumstances we would have considered childish fantasy, if not for a name that rang true to La Habrea's memories. Heart of Sabik. Although La Habrea is not fucking stupid, Eric. Like, La Habrea probably already knows exactly who the Ascians are and what bullshit he pulled here. Heart of Sabik. To you the secret of the Ultima weapon's might, not least the spell known as Ultima, and a source of enduring mystery. We're told that a general from the Garlean Empire was gifted this Orosite by an Ascian, that the Ultima weapon might be perfected. The identity of the shadowy benefactor, however, remains a curious unknown. As I just stare him down, like, The character just crosses his arms and glares at him. Seems to be a veritable trove of uncommon knowledge. There's Accio withholding. What? Very well. At present, the heart of Sabik itself is of a greater moment. It's bad. Jesus, that phrasing. It's a creation of Athena's, made during her time with the words of La Habrea. Just goes back to glaring at him some more. Predates even Pandemonium's construction. She brought before us a crystal she claimed to have chanced upon, saying it contained immense power. She dubbed it Auracite, studying it with a fervor unusual for her. The eventual fruit of her efforts was a Stygian crystal unlike aught we have ever seen, the heart of Sabik. Ultima the High Seraph. Oh god, I don't think that matters much to this story, but it is interesting lore and I want to ask it for that. I want to ask that. It's interesting connecting these two lore bits together and I want to know. Unexpectedly specific question. Gather that the heart of Sabik is not the only Auracite in this era. Regardless, I know not of this High Seraph. Athena was never forthcoming as to how she found the crystal, though we came to suspect that it was not of our star. Much later, we discovered that Auracite magnifies the desires of those who come into contact with it. This would do much to explain Athena's actions following her recovery of the crystal. Alas, the realization came too late. By the time I moved to seal the Auracite and its insidious influence away, Athena's plot had already been laid. What became of the heart of Sabik? Took it from Athena's laboratory after I ended her life. The density of the ether within was unlike anything I had observed. I knew its capacity for destruction, but further analysis proved impossible. I elected to safeguard it myself. Yeah, safeguard, sure, that's what you did with it. It is possible that Athena herself obscured the crystal's contents. Even were her memories stored within, I would have remained in ignorance. She included some mechanism by which to give these memories form, as she did with our own. She would be reborn. Ironic that I should have protected those very memories in the name of safeguarding the star. Fate is loath to see mistakes go unpunished. It's just like doling out a bunch of less useful materia. I guess it could be, if you really wanted to try and like over meld anything, getting these lower materias can actually be helpful. Because the chance of failure is reduced by melding lesser materias. Plus, you can only meld materias up to a certain level once you try and over meld items beyond a certain point. Like, for the first slot or two, you might be able to try and meld a level 10 materia again, but once you go beyond that, it like is physically impossible to meld level 10s. It's not even like a chance of failure. It's like, you cannot meld this materia here. It's too powerful, basically. Emissary's Judgment. Oh god, we have to beat up Elidibus again. Wonder what it'll look like in this one. I've told you all I know of Athena and the many secrets she kept hidden from the world. She indeed stored her memories within the heart of Sabik. We must ask ourselves how they were awakened in this age. When was the crystal last sighted? In the hands of the Asians, presumably? I mean, the last time I saw it was during my fight with Ultima, and we haven't encountered it since, so maybe it was destroyed there, but I don't know. Ultima wasn't fully destroyed. I think they recovered parts of Ultima and used it in testing for the whole weapon storyline, didn't they? So I imagine they didn't recover the Heart of Sabik, or they definitely would have tried to use that. So the Asians might have taken it away, or it was destroyed during the fight. One of the two. In which you triumphed, but failed to recover the heart. According to your colleagues, there was another on the battlefield that day, an Asian. The selfsame Asian was later struck down at a location known as the Aethera Chemical Research Facility. I've heard that name. And recently, the site of Professor Claudian's disappearance. Indeed. He was tracing an ethereal signature, resembling that of the memory crystal in his possession, a signature that may well have belonged to the heart of Sabik, in which case it is no coincidence that Athena's awakening followed. What reason would he have to bring her back to life? Was his mind not his own? Yet more questions without answers. While Athena's essence is that of memory, her magics have not suffered for lack of a physical body. As the world is now, it should not be possible. She must have found a suitable vessel. If Elidibus is to be believed, she readies this vessel for godhood, and is perilously close to success. Beggars belief. As you all know, you were the linchpin of her ambition. Yours was the only form that could contain the immense power Athena required, and it's long since turned to dust. It's like, you're long since dead, son, so... Pleasant as this discussion is, we require more information if we're to unravel this mystery. You know who awaits you, Ash. Themis. I fear you won't find him so cooperative as we're accustomed to. We know not how vast the space beyond these gates may be, but that somewhere within lurks Athena, with Elidibus leashed to her side. I will say it feels like we are gunning it through this story. Like, more so than the previous raid tiers, it feels like this last bit of story, Anabaseios, is like racing to the finish. I don't know if that's just me, or if it really is, like, shorter than the others. This may be a simplistic theory, but hear me out. If Themis arose from his memories intact, he'll be eager to see reason. We need only break the magics that bind him to regain our old ally. When I'd fallen under Hephaestus' influence, you didn't stop trying until I was freed. I ask that you do the same for Themis. But none of us are real in the conventional sense. I feel it must be done. Themis would never have wished to be your enemy. He kinda was, bro. Like, he and your dad both were my enemies. Antonio's perspective is a sentimental one. Elidibus may possess privileged knowledge. To question him unimpeded by magics would be ideal. Actistus broke free of her bonds in her final moments, suggesting that Athena's hold weakens under the weight of combat. You might use the same principle to unshackle Elidibus' mind. Remember that our very nature is fragile. Even if he inhabits a vessel with which to meet you in battle, I'm certain it's not meant to endure. If left weakened for too long, his ether may dissipate back into the ethereal sea. You best act quickly. This is a very interesting thing that I've created here. Like, what is this, and why is it like rainbowed around in the... Oh god. Like fiber of my being is screaming at me this is probably some symbol with very important mythological, like, history behind it, and I'm just not sure of what it is myself. Yeah, I just can't think of what it would be. I mean, it would definitely be, like, divine comedy, hell, that sort of stuff related, if it was, but I can't think of what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... No. Almost angelic in some ways, but it's, I don't know. Let's queue up so that I don't have to sit here waiting forever. Doing nothing. Until to unlock the secret of your strength, Themis is unable to defy Athena's whims and now stands against you in battle. You know that his heart wished to stand by your side as he did in ages past. He resolved to break Athena's hold, that he might join forces once again, walk through Pandemonium's gate and fell the evil which lays beyond. High level 615. I've got that beat. I've got that beat and then some. No wonder I'm doing pretty good in these fights. I'm bringing in my 640 gear. Yeah, I just don't know. Let me see. No, not there. Let me see. No, I didn't mean that. No, not really anything. Difficult to tell exactly what I need to be talking about anyway. The only thing I can call this is like a portal. But even then, it's not exactly. Ooh, that was nice and quick. I don't think I'll bother using my food this time. I really don't feel like I need it. Eleventh circle. What the? What's with all the chairs? Hi, buddy.
I suppose I have Athena to thank for this incarnation.
That is not the voice I expected.
I have long considered how I might stand against you.
Although,
I admit,
I probably should have. Because I have had Elidibus being voiced before in the game. But tiny little, you know, tiny little twink boy Elidibus I just didn't think would have that voice. For some reason. Is that Emmerich in my party? Ephemeral Justice. Okay, he's a... Well, I think he's a Black Mage. I was gonna say Reaper, but I think that's the Black Mage. Oh my god, we have 3 Black Mages! God damn it! Great.
my heart quivers in anticipation.
Good for you. Eunomia. Probably should have, yep, that was a raid wide. I probably just should have assumed the first thing they're going to do is a raid wide.
Darkness consume.
Divisive ruling. Kind of Dragoon-esque here. Okay, so get the hell out of there. There's 1,000 ley lines everywhere. Oh no. Okay, that's, I don't know how to tell those apart, though. Oh, is it the purple one that goes on the outside and the gold one goes on the inside, I think is what it is. Yeah, okay. I do know how to tell those apart now. Eunomia. That's our big, Oh look, someone was somehow standing a mile away and still didn't get hit with my giant AoE.
Emissary's judgment.
Dark and light.
The balance must needs be maintained.
How so? Failure to restore the balance of darkness. Okay, so I think, yeah, I need to be in dark because I'm balancing it. Everyone did that one wrong. Like, everyone did that.
These magics are not for you to wield.
I'm gonna see if I can knockback resist this, but I'll get close just in case. Oh boy. Okay. Gold is where he is. Oh, is this the one everyone was losing their damn mind about? Really? Come on. This is the one that everyone was losing their damn mind about because it's like, it's derogatory for lesbians. Like, that's not, that has literally nothing to do with what that attack is about. Light, I need to be in dark.
Will light embrace or darkness consume? Will you be judged worthy to exist?
Damn. This is much rougher. Yeah, this is getting a little rough here. Oh, he's super dead. Hey, huzzah. We need to get out, I think. Yep. Gold, that means he was going to do something like under himself. Purple means he's going to do something like opposite of himself. Gold means he's doing something like right under himself. Big shields. Oh god. Woo, thank god they all stacked with me there. Whew. Okay, yeah, this my FC was right. 11 and 12 get real rough, don't they? What sigil am I? I am light again.
Now to take your measure.
Divisive ruling. I need to stay out of the middle. This is gold. It means he's going to go under himself again. Shitty camera. Work. Wow, Weepket's kind of terrible at this game. He's kind of terrible at reading these attacks and stuff. This is gold, so I want to stay out after he knocks me out. Like, I'm getting pretty good at reading this boss now. But some people just are not learning. There you go, shields for everyone. Whew. Danaeus.
Will light embrace or darkness consume?
Oh shit, this is out. I need to get in. In. It is interesting to see the people that still have, like, no idea how to handle this. You didn't? Whew. Eunomia, that's the, grade wide. Oh, I will just keep flicking that stupid camera until it breaks if it works. One or the other. Phantom Warriors. Okay, that one's out, that one's in, so I need to be over here. So many people are not going to be reading this one, I can already tell. Oh no, more people got it than I expected, actually. More people read that one pretty well than I expected. This is golden, which means we need to stay out once he knocks us out.
Power from beyond.
Anna, please come over here and help us. Alright. Get the hell away from him. Yes.
Now to take your measure.
Gold, that means stay out. Is it the line on the ground? No, not exactly. That wasn't a straight across one there either. So, but it did look like it was still bigger than that. And then get out. Yeah, once you realize it's gold for stuff he does like on top of himself and purple for stuff he does outside of himself, it's really easy to read what he's about to do. I did not bother to protect the Eunomia. Good job, dumbass. Whatever.
I am the emissary, and
Fucking
I
light.
shall never die.
I shall never die. How many times have we killed you? Like, how many times have we killed you, Theos? Hey, I'm already in the right place. It just kept giving me light for some reason this time around. Like, every single time just kept giving me light. Okay, this is get out. Hey, we've got... Good job. Sorry. It's just the same person dies every time over and over and over again to the same stuff. It's like, oh, come on. In.
Will you be judged worthy to exist?
And it's our tank, too. That's unfortunate. There they go again. There you go, have some more shields. I'm using up a lot of Adder's Gall this time.
Will light embrace or darkness consume?
Okay, this is in. Oh, I walked into that too soon. But I didn't die, so there's that. Oh, man. How you doing, buddy? Okay, so it's not quite Emmerich. It's Bunny Merrick. And he's slightly different. I don't care about any of that stuff. I am out. It was a pretty interesting fight. It'll be interesting to see how that becomes Savage, though. The fog has lifted. I knew that Athena's magics magnified the desires of their victim, the expense of aught else. I never guessed what desire of mine she could exploit. Since the moment we met, I've made plain my interest in you, my desire to understand your nature. Suppose that curiosity extended to how each of us would fare in a match of strength. I've already proved that, though. Though he doesn't know that. What is this? Free, then I am no longer needed. Do not look so crestfallen, my friend. These few moments of clarity are more than I could have asked for. Yep, your work ain't over yet. Here, have some ether. Who cares? I'm more rejoined than others anyway, so... It's warmth, your ether. Wow, literally all I'm doing is sitting perfectly still. Fucking just break. Just break, camera. Just break completely and give up. Grasped the fraying strands of my being and tied them together with your own. Nevertheless, I fear that I am here on borrowed time. I hope that I can see you through the last of our battles. Till then, I will cherish every moment. I am Elidibus, the emissary. As such, it falls upon me to judge Athena, who would disrupt our carefully maintained balance to fulfill her own desires. I swear I shall not waver in this duty. Let us return to Acronios and La Habrea. There is much I would share with you before we embark upon our final ascent. Do I still have a bunch of crap? Yes, I do. I don't really want any of it. And I'm carrying a bunch of other junk too, but this is all like leftovers from all my crafting. This is all left over from me building a bunch of classes up to 65 on the quests, right? All the stupid crafts I had to do for the quests. And then all the actual crafting I had to do for my 6.4 gear. Miss, it's good to see you. I knew Ash would guide you to our side once again. I gratefully had the patience to tolerate my lapse in manners. Athena's hold on me is broken. I pledge every moment of my remaining time to seeing that she answers for her deeds. Very good. To that end, I would have you share what you know of her plan. Of course. As I mentioned, Athena possesses a vessel that may serve in the creation of a god. There's someone Ash knows very well. A man by the name of Claudian. By a twist of fate, his body proved to be ideal for Athena's purposes. Creation of a person requires not just body, soul, or memory, but rather all three. Made from the memories of our ancient counterparts, etched upon the drifting souls and given form through the infusion of ether. We lack a physical body, yet you can see and feel us all the same. Athena is different. She has carved her memories into Claudian's soul while it was still within his body, and thus made both her own. Even she is prone to error. After the sundering, beings became more fragile in both body and soul. This difference prevents Athena from realizing the full extent of her desires. So that's why she's turned her sights toward Ash. His uncommon strength rivals even the mightiest of our age. By scrutinizing his feats in battle, Athena aims to deduce the secret of Ashran's prowess. Use it to fortify her own vessel. Only then will the culmination of her research be at hand. Yeah, can't we, like, remove her memories from him? An arduous task, but not impossible. Athena can inscribe herself upon another's soul, but she cannot erase its will. If we awaken Claudian's spirit to the reality of his bondage, he might be compelled to wrest his body from Athena's clutches. Still don't know why she chose Claudian. What makes him more suited than anyone else? I have never spoken to Claudian. I did witness an incident that may prove revelatory. Instructing the vessel to do her bidding, she called it by a familiar name, Erthonios. Oh, is Claudian Eric sundered? That'd be interesting. Why would she... It is as I thought. Yeah. Claudian must be one of Eric's shards. I'll take those. I'll sell them. That's interesting. Mother's touch. Demis, you may have just handed us the key to rescuing Claudian. Yes, we do. First and foremost, we must confront Athena. She must be made vulnerable, as Elidibus was. Yet our opponent stands on the verge of godhood. As we are now, she would unmake us in an instant. Ashran, we have no choice but to place the burden of our fate, and the fate of many more besides, squarely upon your shoulders. Trust you have no objections. I mean, I'm used to it. I don't know, I'll cast you. It's a burden I'm used to carrying. Objections, no. Concerns, yes. I'm used to it, honestly, at this point. Everyone tells me to go kill gods every day, so I'm good. And so, never have we relied upon your skill at arms. You'll appreciate Ashra's willingness to fling himself at the unknown. However, we have yet to hear how this will liberate Claudian. I have a plan. Don't trouble yourself over the details. Same goes for you. You must focus the entirety of your attention on Athena. She should not be easily bested, even by one of your prowess. Yes, actually. From what I've heard, she will not be easily bested. If my FC wiped on her multiple times, I can only imagine it'll be at least a few wipes here. I guess we'll see how this goes. Alright, baby, let's do it. God. This is gonna be terrible. Let's trust in the Brea and prepare for the battle to come. Before we face Athena, I need to know. She had never discovered the Orsite, never fallen under its influence. Would she have lived a normal life? Would she have been a mother to me? I've asked myself the same questions. Questions with no answer, I fear. Let's put them out of our mind. There's something we must discuss, and I would do so not as La Habra, but as a father and son. Like, what are the odds of the entire world we just happened upon one of Eric's shards that happened to be investigating the same thing that would lead us back in time to Eric? Like, seriously. Let's bring that back up. Chief keyword of Pandemonium's appetite. Godhood has been made only more keen by 12 millennia. 12,000 years. That's the specific number. I always say like 10,000 or whatever, but yeah, 12,000 I guess is right. And even her own flesh and blood are not but tools with which to feed her hunger. No sacrifice too great, no price too high. Athena would see whole life extinguished if it brought her even one elm closer to her ultimate goal. Wicked ambitions can be suffered no longer. So let's journey into Pandemonium's heart and cut out their source. And it looks like we're just going to be floating in a big void of glowy purple shit on a platform. Like, more and more of our big raid and trial fights are like, here's the platform floating on a big void of nothing. Good luck. Oh, man. Today may end up being a bit of a shorter stream. I've been going for 2 hours. I don't think this last fight in the story... Well, last fight, plus story, plus opening Savage, which I don't think I can do yet, because Savage doesn't even unlock till next week, plus wrap up, like, post-story stuff. I might end up going for 3 hours, but I am probably gonna stop, like, pretty much as soon as I'm done with all the stuff with the raid, because there are other things I need to do today. Plus, I'm, just kind of wasn't feeling very much like a stream today. Not to say I'm not, like, putting effort in, or oh my god, I can't bear to be here to stream. It's just I was feeling a little off today. But I'm okay. Just a little, like, phlegmy and, like, wheezing and stuff like that. But hey, that's what the mute button is for, right? That's exactly why I have a... Right, so that I can do that, you guys won't hear anything. Oh, a bunch of people are logging in from my FC. Too bad I'm already done with the raid. And also too bad that they already did the raid. They did it on, like, Tuesday, I think. Just playing, like, connect the dots here while waiting for it to pop. That, and I can mute it and smack the shit out of my camera. I really am gonna have to buckle down and look for a better webcam, which sucks because I don't really have any money to... I guess I technically have some money to spare, but not much. Not really enough that I should be spending it on things. Should be saving it, but... The whole idea of, like, being a VTuber basically goes to shit if I don't get a webcam that actually works and doesn't have horrible scan lines and miscoloration all over it. That constantly makes my avatar freak out. Oh yeah, this this is a very twisted, like, biblically accurate, angelic sort of thing going on here.
You have done well to reach the seat of godhood. Now, bear your souls to me.
Uh-huh. Hey, look, a lot of the same people. Big surprise. Let's see just how terrible this fight is. Oh yeah, we're pretty much getting into... I mean, this is almost more like Titania, but we're almost getting into biblically accurate angel sort of thing here. I'm liking this music, though. Oh, I'm really liking this music. Thanks God.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest.
Okay, everything tells me that's gonna be the first raid wide, right? Yup. I need to be aggressive with this fight. After what my, is that a half arena cleave? I mean, it's a circle. What is it, though? Oh, no, that's a high and low? No. I think she casted it multiple times on the left first, and then... Huh. What is this? Okay, so that dictates what they are. Okay. Okay, so those yellow ones are beams and the others are cleaves. So that's 1, 2, 3. Got it. 1, 2, 3. Yep, I am reading this accurately. Good to know. Oh shit, is that the arena wide again? Yes, it is. Glaucopus. That looks like a tank buster. Hello. There you go. Have an extra behind that. That was a tank cleave buster. Super chain theory? Huh. So those are gonna get pulled. Oh, that's a donut. Those are explosions. This is a donut. Let me guess. This is what I'm supposed to do here. Yup. Okay, I read that one right. Good to know. Super chain theory again. There's bits of almost like... Okay, we're creating 2 donuts. Oh, I see. One's faster, one's slower. Got it. They move at different, like, not move at different speeds, but they're different distances.
Shine brilliant for me.
Parthenos, no idea, but it's a slow cast, so let me just go ahead and do this. On the soul, shit. I should have saved that for this one then. Just use Penheimer. Unnatural enchainment. Are these just explosions, or what's gonna happen here? Okay, so those are chunks of the arena that disappear. Holy shit. Paradema. Okay, that's these guys again. I am not chained this time, but I need to stay the hell away from them. Whew. Unnatural enchainment, get away from them. Oh my god, we've only got 2 spots to work with here. We've only got like 4 places here. Spiritually chained to the terrestrial plane and unable to jump? Unable to jump? Interesting. 1, 2, 3. On the soul. I do not have either of my normal mitigations. Let me shield this.
This is but a glimpse of the gods.
Okay. Isn't too bad so far, but it's gonna become worse, isn't it? Uh-huh.
Behold such power as you will never wield.
Oh boy. Please stop dragging those towards us. Shit. There's a lot of stuff going on here. But it's mostly just an ad phase. Okay. Sure it will.
Such a singularly resonant
Not too bad.
soul.
A little crazy, but not too bad.
These chains are forged from the
More
fabric
super
of
chain theory.
creation.
Which will be here.
Shine brilliant.
Although that's gonna be sooner than this one, isn't it? Yeah, that's gonna be a big explosion there first. That you don't want to be. Oh no, not such a big explosion. In Savage, that explosion's gonna be so big that you're gonna be an idiot if you try to go there soon. That's for sure. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Move. Oh, god damn it, I got snapshotted.
Today, my theory shall be proven as fact.
Spread the clock positions, and that's what that's gonna be in Savage, I bet. There you go, have a bunch of shields and mitigation. Yeah, this isn't terrible. Mostly readable. There's a bit there, it's like you're doing around until you figure out what you're doing. Another super chain theory with a paradigma. Paradigma? So what are we doing here?
To silent vessels, I give voice.
Nope, that's the beam. Like, nope. Oh, there went Robin. Parthenos? Don't remember. Oh, that's a... That's the beam one. Oh boy, there goes the other healer. That's bad. Whoo, there we go. Okay, not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but there's a number of mechanics there that are like, well, you didn't read that right, you're dead. Oh man. Congratulations, lady. You got your ass beat. But then most people do. Anabaseios completo. I don't want any of the gear. Unless we've got a... I do want that. Nope, no good. Someone else got it. I'm out. Like, I don't care about any of the other stuff. You guys can have it all. But if there's a minion, I'll take that. Hey, guys. Yeah, this story seemed a lot faster than the other tiers of Pandemonium. Countless years I waited within that stifling crystal, and now when my dream is finally within reach, you stand in my way. Your dream is not but selfish ambition. Its fulfillment would benefit only you. Why, Athena? At the end of this road to godhood, what did you hope to find? Matters not. Fact remains that she worked against the interests of the star. And so I would hear her answer. I would know why my mother cast us aside. Unlike you, Acthonios, You were never so inquisitive before. Having struck upon a hypothesis, there is but one thing the wise woman desires. Irrefutable proof. Oof. What has even become of her? My theory was that any true God would see us as we are, imperfect. She would hammer out our flaws and build something greater. So deranged, okay. Prove this could not but benefit the star. I would give it the perfect stewards, that it might shine brighter than any other. You destroy the lives already upon it? In that I am no different from our peers. For the course of eons, how many creations have we wrought? Such creatures cannot but usher their inferior predecessors into oblivion. Even without our meddling, nature would take the self-same course. The destination is the same. Is it somehow worse to arrive there by the guidance of a god? I think not. This lady. The Orsite made such thoughts irresistible, perhaps, but it cannot have created them from whole cloth. This is Athena's truth. What right have you to pass judgment? You are but a vessel for my masterwork. Your purpose ends here. Ends there. My only mistake was leaving you possessed of a soul. What are you saying? Poor Ecthodios. Always the last to arrive at the obvious conclusion. Give birth to you for a single reason. That you might serve as my tool. Like any tool, I crafted you to suit my needs. That you might accept my essence when the time came. Of course, I also made you more amenable to my demands. Ensured that you would feel a cloying affection for your dear mother. But it seems that my tinkering was insufficient. The very feelings were of your design. Created a boy unable to grasp even the simplest magic, ever hopelessly clinging to his mother's robes, unable to do otherwise. I was doomed from the start. Yet here you are, standing in defiance of her design. You are more than what she made you. Still feel the sting of it. With pain comes clarity. You will deserve to wear the mantle of a god. Stubborn as you are, witless. The star will not be mine, then it serves no purpose. Ultima! Basically. She aims to obliterate the ethereal sea and stem the flow of life. She'll do no such thing. Through the battle, Labre told me I was the key to finishing this. Though I'm but an illusion, my soul has crossed eons to find its home in another. One whose body Athena has seen fit to purloin as her own. Uh-huh. Much of what I once was now resides in him. Should my memory seize this chance to follow suit, it may resound enough to wake his mind. But Athena inhabits him still. What will become of you? Well, he's already dead, dude. Like, I don't know, but if I can rouse his soul, perhaps it will disrupt Athena's hold. It's the best chance we have. All life others have looked down upon me. I've never given up searching for my purpose. Now I've found it. This decision is yours to make, and yours alone. Do as you will, my son. I know you shall make me proud. Anabaseios, do not dare. Come on, Mom, give me a hug. Destroy this idiot. No, stop this. Words hold no sway over me any longer. My life is my own. I have found my true family. Get out! Always the vessel rejects me. Yeah. After everything you did to him in the last life and this one, he rejects you. Hey, Claudian. What's happening? Athena's magics should be impotent with no body to fuel them. Precisely. Athena was the sole force holding the space around Pandemonium together. Now it crumbles. A little would change if we were buried here. We can't let this be Ashran's final resting place. Sorry. La Brea and Elidibus are like, we have to hurry and save Ash. Sure, guys. Bye, Athena. Oh, my miscalculations. To think that you would be my undoing. You would even be capable of defying me. Yeah, well. Is there more you would say to me? You decided to return to your dear mother's bosom. You brought Claudian back to me. Hell no. Apologies, but I'm only the dregs of your own memory. I can do naught but watch as the evil you've wrought collapses, burying you under its weight. And disappointing. Truly useless to the last. Well, you know the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Sorry. If you're this much of a bitch, you deserve it. You made me that way. What the hell is that fell to the ground over there? Like, there's something over there that looked almost like a feather on a cap or a circlet or something like that fell to the ground. I don't know what the hell it is. And bye-bye! I wonder if I should tell La Brea about the Ascian who I murdered the crap out of. Well, technically Thornton murdered the crap out of, and who almost unleashed the heart of Sabik, or tried to, on us earlier before he disappears. There's not much either of them can really do about it now. That last fight went surprisingly well. Though Anabaseios was not but a collection of memories, I know his absence pains you. But he acted with resolve, well aware of the potential consequences. Let's look back on this moment not with sorrow, but with pride. You both are the heroes of the day. Athena's ambitions would have swallowed the world had you not stemmed their advance. We shall stay here, both to look over Professor Claudian and ensure that there are no further disturbances in the ethereal sea. You should rest, and I will not take no for an answer. It's still all junk. Guided by the past. Seems we can do naught but wait. Yeah, you know what? When the, can't even recall if we ever got, like, a super close-up of Claudian before. Maybe I would have noticed that it's like, he looks a lot like Eric. Right. Perhaps we might discuss a matter which has been troubling me. Your colleague Namgigi was enlightening us on the historical events which led to this era. She let slip the name of one of the Asians. La Habrea. Yeah, well, the Asians are the ancients, mostly the Convocation. Though she knew of the figure only from her research, she was most insistent that there is no evidence connecting the Asian to myself. Yet I'm aware that this La Habrea used the heart of Sabik to sow chaos throughout your world. I would be a fool to deny such strong connections between us. You're the only one present who has met the Asian in question. So I'd ask you directly, are he and I one and the same? Is my fate to work in the shadows and bring about untold destruction? Honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't know for certain either. Especially now that we've seen that, like, Athena's soul was inside the heart of Sabik. And then the other La Habrea, we never really saw his true face. They're similar, they're not similar in ways. I honestly don't know. Diplomatic answer. I understand the Asians often use the bodies of others to enact their plots, so it's impossible to say who they truly are. These Asians, or Paragons I'm told, were ruthless in their schemes to rejoin the sundered worlds. I have but a small number of their deeds, and still I find it difficult to comprehend the depths to which they were willing to sink. Choose a path of evil all for the sake of the star. I mean, you know, after, you know, thousands of years, it's like, well, this world sucks. I want it to go back to the way it was. Plus, all of the ancients were caught up in that bullshit. Like, it became very apparent during the cutscenes with Vana and all that, where it's like, all of the ancients are caught up in this fucking pride of Rome. Rome will never fall. It can never fall. Blah, blah, blah bullshit, right? Like, let's sacrifice everyone to save it. Now let's sacrifice more people to bring them back to life. Now let's burn it to the ground to save it. Now let's... They were all caught up in that. It is a decision I would make under the right circumstances. Though the ages may take their toll, my devotion to my duty will never waver. Paying no heed to what might be lost, will treat the heart of Sabik as a mere tool for my own ends. Never caring to look beyond the surface, I'll unleash forces that I fail to truly comprehend and remain blissfully ignorant of my hypocrisy all the while. I like Elidibus standing over there. It's like, yeah, you too, buddy. You both kind of spent the entirety of the first, of like the original game and the remade game and the next 3 expansions tormenting us. It appears Claudian has awoken. It really does look a lot like Eric. I don't know that they ever gave us the close-up of him before, or I probably would have recognized it. Or if maybe even his physical appearance has changed a bit since they, like, fused or whatever. But I don't think so. He looked somewhat like this, at least, before. I didn't really bother to take a close look at him before, though. Ash, there's some faint memories of what transpired. You stood against Athena and won. And you were there, too. Barbara, Erchthonios memories of you dwell within me still. Through unyielding discipline, you hope to forge a son equal to yourself. But the crucible you placed him in left scars which were loath to heal. You were never motivated by selfishness. What you did was in service of your duty. At the least, I'll hear no more. Though you may possess Erchthonios' memories, you are not him. In rebirth, you have become someone else entirely. And you belong to this age. As such, I am your enemy, and an enemy does not deserve sympathy. Of course, I never condone the actions of the Ascian. But you're not him. You're La Habrea of the Convocation. Spared no effort in saving us from Athena's machinations. For that you deserve the utmost praise, and my personal thanks. You insist on deceiving yourself, then so be it. My stance remains unchanged. The most difficult of your trials is behind you. But you may find that Pandemonium has yet to relinquish the last of its secrets. Yeah, I know. Savage is dropping next week. I don't even know if I'll make it all the way through. I only made it through 5 and 6 so far. Among them is the identity of Hephaestus' liberator, who set the very first wheels in motion. There's but one place to find these answers: the past. It sounds like he's talking about there being more actual story for Pandemonium rather than just a Savage, though. However, I must insist that you keep silent about Athena's fate. Well, I doubt it would change the decisions I make. You should not tender us information we could not uncover ourselves. Now that I've said my piece, I shall follow in my son's footsteps. These odious memories will fade to nothing, as was always their fate. Farewell. I'm gone. I wonder if we'll see more of La Habrea. I could go back in the past and see him, and it sounds like I may go back in the past and see him for storyline reasons. Still. How about you, buddy? My time too draws near, but I believe I can stay long enough to see this matter through. You shall journey to the past to seek out the truth of La Habrea's words, yes? Well, Themis himself may have been there to see this encounter. I have the unique opportunity to hear your perspective on the matter. That is, of course, if you will share it with me. I look forward to it. I shall take in the ethereal sea one final time as I await your return. Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't seem like there's a big story involving the past. It seems like this is what everybody was like, wait, there's more story after the raid finishes. sort of thing, right? Part of me wants to hop up to Aporia first. I want to see if anything dropped in Aporia first, to see if there's any more story there to go on, and then I'll teleport to the past, I think? It doesn't look like there's anything here. Okay, nothing else here. Anabaseios? Yeah, probably. This is interesting that they send you back to the past to, like, finish off the story. Lamp! Get so used to this damn lamp when you're doing the hunt trains. Lamp! Praise the lamp! Let's do it. Like when I was first starting the raids, I don't think I had flying unlocked here. So I ended up having to teleport, like, all the way back over here, I think, and teleport around all over the... God, that sucked. Into Pandemonium we go. Let's see what they got left for me in this story. Oh, look, a bunch of the words, I guess, are in here. Wait, Hegemon? What? Keyword of Abyssos. I suspect you may already know that. Did meet once before, after all, although I was not entirely myself at the time. They say my faculties are mine once more. To stop the damage on the facility. I kind of assume most of them died, even though we did that whole thing about, like, chaining them up and all that sort of stuff. I figured most of them were, like, still monsters and imprisoned or had died. That's... I didn't realize Hegemon was here. Huh. Wonder if anyone else is. Like, I'm pretty certain Hephaestus and, what's Dracula Daddy's name? That dude are probably very dead. Looks like Hegemon's the only one that's named who's still here. Hello, Damas. Did you speak with Hegemon in the waters anywhere here? Work is long, but we have made great strides in undoing Athena's meddling. I didn't expect to see you again so soon. It's always a joy. You seem quite happy to be here. Oh, that's right. Truth be told, I thought you would have little reason to ever visit this place again. Seems I was wrong. Here for answers. Neatly you obfuscate your motivations. Do as you will, then. He has gone through the trouble to visit us, so I hardly think curtness is in order. We buried Pandemonium together. Why not at least share with him our progress? I've relinquished control of Pandemonium to La Habrea. Was never meant to hold it for long, and now such authority resides in rightful hands. With La Habrea's help, we have poured through Athena's research into the Hemithoi. Thus were we able to restore Hegemon's mind and body. Okay, so that's how. But there's still much work to be done. Damage to repair, keywords to replace, the tasks are too many to count. But although the path may be long, our progress is steady. I believe we can safely say that Pandemonium will soon function as it did before. Indeed. Before we reach that point, however, there are some matters which must be put to rest. As in? One concerns pandemonium itself. Another is a personal matter. Till they're settled, I cannot move forward. It shall not take long. Lack of resolve caused me to delay, but I have chosen my course. These concerns must be weighty indeed. You intend to share your burdens with us? If you would bear witness, then come. Arrival at this very moment almost beggars belief. I shall not ask you to leave. Simply ask that you do not interfere, no matter what may happen. Asia stay here. This will be over soon. Did they only bother to bring her back at this exact moment to say, like, she was behind a lot of this or something? Why did you call me here, Master Labrea? There's still much to be done if the waters are to be freed. You've served within Pandemonium since Athena's time, have you not? That makes you the most senior keyword now that Agdistis is gone. As such, you deserve to know a secret few others are privileged to hear, one concerning myself. So they only bothered to bring her back to her right senses so that it could be like, yeah, she was behind it. Separating Hephaestus from myself required removing part of my soul. Necessary sacrifice, but one which came at no small cost to my natural talents. I am but a shadow of the man I was at the time of my appointment as La Habrea. Never hoped to wield the same magics that Hephaestus used to bind the warders' minds, let alone break their shackles. The tone of defeat does not befit your voice, Master La Habrea. Do not give in to despair. There is no despair, only truth. I do not confide in you to garner cheap sympathy. Hephaestus left behind fascinating research. His conclusion was that in order to transform a vessel into a Hemithos, absolute control over their mind was essential. As you well know, the magics used to achieve such dominion exploited strong emotions within their victims' hearts. In the case of Hesperos, that's it, Hesperos, and Agdistis, their respect for me. On slipping his bonds, Hephaestus took steps to throw Pandemonium into chaos. With their attention divided, Keyward and Warder alike were easy targets. But there was an act that came before. Regardless of Hephaestus' prowess, he could not have won freedom on his own. For long days and nights I pondered who might have released him. To only conclude that Athena's plans were set in motion long, long ago, when she claimed the mind of one of her admirers. Yup. Hegemon, none would question your pride in your position, your devotion to Pandemonium. But you do not believe I am the one fit to lead it, do you? Your loyalty lies not with my vision for Pandemonium, but Athena's. Miss Labrea, whatever has spurred this sudden accusation? I assure you there's a proper explanation. Sure. What are you doing, Labrea? Do not approach. As I've already stated, even should I detect Athena's tinkering, I am currently powerless to dispel it. So I have come to a decision, one which was made with the best interest of our star in mind. Or to build a better future, I require the strength I have lost. Huh? Must embrace these odious memories. So he's fusing back together with Hephaestus. Okay then. Mark well this sight. Grave it upon your very soul. Now bear witness to the true law, Brea. Okay. So that's like why their excuse for why he was able to do all that crazy heinous shit later on in the future or whatever. Eh. Cannot imagine this was an easy choice, but it is done. Is she alive? Yes, and she shall remember this lesson well. Ooh, boy. What did he do to her then? In his puppet no longer, I see. She may yet harbor ill will toward me. That's a risk I'm willing to take. Our star requires a steady hand to guide it, and now mine is equal to the task. I can no longer allow pandemonium to divert my focus. Hegemon, I'd ask that you serve me anew. There's none other more suited to overseeing this prison. None other who will take such pride in their duty. Loyalty to Athena led me to betray you once before. Why would you allow me to keep the position of keyword? I require your talents, as I require Hephaestos's. Past is of no consequence. Very well. In honor of our fallen colleagues, I shall restore this institution to its former glory. He's like, I know I'm in charge of Pandemonium, but this is some trifle that I can't be bothered with. I need to focus on my other job. He is himself once more. Wields his authority without hesitation. Thinks not twice, once his judgment is sounded. Yet he is different from Athena. He thinks only of the betterment of the star. So long as duty guides his actions, he shall not share her fate. Should his convictions ever waver, the emissary will set him back on the proper course. I mean, what happens when both your convictions waver? Oh, God. What happens when both of you think the proper course is some crazy shit? Good. This is the path he chooses to walk, then I'll walk it with him. Allow our bond to fray no further. As his son, I will support him in the days ahead. I mean, good luck with that. You guys don't have a ton of days ahead, actually. Like, final days is gonna be upon you eventually. They never did state, like, exactly how long it was, but still. I'd ask you to say the same, Asher. You and I stand on peaks separated by vast chasms. Our perspectives shall never align. Well, there's that. Never shall one give way to the other. Such is our nature. With that in mind, let us consider any debts between us to be void. Before you leave here, mark well these words. My resolve shall weather loss unfathomable and yield before no obstacle. Walk your path with the same conviction. So that answers who started this shit. Back to Aporia. Constant huge freaking gil losses of teleporting all over the place. Whatever. Let's see where we can get to. It is all the way down there, isn't it? Yeah, he's back in the Isoscope. I think I can at least stay on my mount. Although I don't have a speed increase here, so there's not really any purpose to staying on the mount, I don't think. In fact, I think sprinting might be faster. No, it's about the same. But let's go down here to cut off some of the distance. Why are there just little mammoths wandering around? Figures they'd want me to go all the way back down here. Rather than just having him waiting for me back up the research area right next to Aporia. Nope. Has to be all the way around to the entrance to the Isoscope and then multiple platforms out. Okay. There you are. While you were away, Themis brought me up to speed on all that happened while I was held prisoner. The story shone light upon any number of questions that were niggling at my consciousness. Namely, those concerning the ethereal signature emanating from Azys Law. Doubtless its source was Athena, reaching out as far as she could from her prison, ever grasping for someone to take Acthonios' place, grasping for the body his soul resided in. I wanted to ask, when you first found the crystal, were you unable to hear the memory stored within? Indeed, it was only after our research was well underway that I could hearken to its whispers. Contact with the crystal should have awakened the memories. The passage of time likely changed Acthonios' soul in subtle ways. Perhaps ethereal resonance was a gradual process in this case. However, being attuned to Acthonios exposed you to Athena's voice as well. Doubtless the choice to venture forth into Azys Law was not your own. It was Athena's influence working through you. Do you recall being strangely fixated on acting alone? I never would have encouraged such recklessness usually. Although the choice was not entirely my own, I'm still ashamed of my actions. Reflection is how we plant the seeds of growth. Though we must not blame ourselves for events out of our control. But the voice in the crystal belonged to the person from which your soul originated. Well, not even the most brilliant researcher could come to that conclusion. Reassurance means more than you know, thank you. And one final matter. Since the very crystal whose discovery set this venture in motion. Sparked by recent events, a new light began to shine from within its depth. In my experience, this may indicate that a new memory has floated to the surface, eager to be observed. For some time, the question of why La Habrea and Acthonios would leave such a crystal behind in the first place lingered in the back of my mind. If Acthonios' memories and such magical talents as are at my disposal, I believe I can make this final memory manifest for us all to behold. Shall we witness it together? Mm-hmm. I leave this memory for you, the future of our star. The final days have come. The creation magics we have so relied upon now hasten our downfall. Despair is not yet won out. Habre and the others of the Convocation are working to stem the chaos which threatens to engulf our star. That plan requires great sacrifice. Elidibus Thamus has already offered to give his life for our salvation. Yet there's another problem which must be dealt with. Pandemonium. We're to confine our most vicious creations. Even should we survive the final days, it will take time to restore order. Pandemonium's cells were breached, and their prisoners set upon the star. A hard-won peace would be obliterated in an instant. Someone must stay behind to ensure that never happens. With Themis and La Habre otherwise indisposed, that responsibility falls to me. That's why I must defy the directive of the Convocation. My soul will not be offered to manifest the will of the star, but instead consigned to eternal vigil. I know that in doing so the final days may take me. May not live to see my duty upheld. So I have resolved to set this crystal adrift in the tides of the underworld. It contains memories of Pandemonium from both my father and I. Shall bear this warning to the future even if I cannot. I have imbued the crystal with magics that will attract it to my essence. Even should I journey through the underworld and be born anew, this message will reach me. Pandemonium shall not be left unattended. If all else fails, then perhaps another man like my dear friend will come along. One with an almost unnatural ability to pick up the scent of trouble. Wonder where he is now. How many souls has he saved? How many beasts has he slain since we last met? Oh, not too many, actually, but that's because I'm a time traveler. Alongside my warning, this memory shall carry a wish. Ash, may we meet again. I mean, we did. In multiple ways. Now listen well. If anyone receives this message, you must come to Pandemonium. Please make haste, I repeat. Well, that dispels the last of my doubts. Thank you for humoring me. Now we come to this. It survived. The Heart of Sabik, really? Holy crap. That is much smaller than I thought it would be. The tie that bound Athena's memories to my body, no doubt. When I regained my senses, I found it on my person. It appears your efforts have left it bereft of memories. No trace remains of Athena. However, its power as oversight yet remains. It may prove to be a valuable trove of knowledge in the hands of the right researcher. I feel that fate has left it with me for a reason. Thank God we finally burned out the Heart of Sabik. That thing is so dangerous. I'll take my leave. On behalf of my colleagues, nay, the entire star, I thank you both for putting an end to Athena's wickedness. So, what now, Elidibus? I mean, you don't got much time left, I don't think. One final farewell?
I see. Then Hephaestus' story has been laid bare.
Voice still sounds so
As has the
wrong.
nature of our mysterious crystal.
Big dangerous
The questions
Elidibus
which
man
led
back
us
in
into
Shadowbringers, it
Pandemonium
made
are
sense,
answered,
but now looking
and
like
soon
this,
order shall be restored. I too can fade away, unburdened by regret. I could not have reached this point without you, friend. So many revelations. But there are more, if you would dig a little deeper. Elidibus's soul was plucked from the ethereal sea, and from it I was wrought. Surely you have a passing interest in what I remember, in what I feel.
yeah. So he probably already knows all the, like, he wasn't plucked from the past, he was plucked from the ethereal sea, so he probably does know all the stuff that happened.
You deserve what answers I can provide. While my memories of Pandemonium are clear,
So he doesn't
All
really
else is-
remember the rest of his life.
hazy, at best.
Good excuse for them to not have to have the baggage of him remembering all the stuff you guys have been through throughout the game. And explainable, I suppose, lore-wise. If Athena wanted him to help her blah 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 with Pandemonium, whatever, then she probably just drew enough of his essence to, like, focus on Pandemonium and didn't give a shit about his memories from, like, the future.
Perhaps Athena made me this way. Or
See?
perhaps it is the result of who or what I was before.
And that too. Good point. Maybe that he was just so messed up from so
Still,
many
I can
different
recall
weird
vague
things that
figures,
happened over the
Scenes
expansions.
from my future and your
that, like,
past. At the Crystal Tower's peak, we clash. And later, from that self-same spire, I send you forth
Yep. Back into the past for us to meet for the first time.
into our age, into Elpis. Why do I decide on such a course? Formless as these images are, I cannot say. However, I can hazard a guess. Somewhere within my fragmented memories, I catch a glimpse of our journey into Pandemonium. A glimpse which shows not the path we took or the destination where it led us, yet by its very presence demands that you are required in Elpis.
I love the weird way that you, like, broached two timelines together. That was strange. Where it's like, they're all just your enemy, and then you travel back in time, and then you come forward again, and it's like suddenly they're remembering moments with you. But, like, only when they encounter you.
And even if that act is but one link in the chain of events which ends in Atheris' salvation, then this all has meaning. Our time together, every moment, is worthwhile, and I am unburdened by regret.
Well, good. It is interesting how this raid story,
That
like, took the
said,
two members of
It
the
is possible my
Unsundered
motivations become
that
something
didn't
else
really
entirely.
get as much time to sort of unwrap as Emmett did, right? And it's like, here, have a bunch of story about them both.
That you would cross this vast expanse in the hopes of being reunited with your allies. A devotion that once would have baffled me. But after having been to the depths of that twisted prison and back, I think I can understand. Now, I have pulled back the curtain as far as I dare. The people of your age call this the Ethereal Sea, a name I quite enjoy, for it teems with life, each star a soul on its journey.
I like that they just called it the Underworld. I mean, very fitting, but not nearly as poetic as this current one.
It was yours that crossed my path. For that, I shall be forever grateful. I wish you well on your journey. A journey as long as your star is bright. A journey not bound by the confines of this world or any other.
Okay, so the initial like run up of this story was definitely much faster than the others. But that's because this story is like backloaded big time. Like after you finish all the actual fights, then there's a bunch of story left.
How fascinating. The truths that dwell at the edge of sleep. The course of history is set by its victors. It is immutable, and yet should this star continue upon its path, look, the light.
Okay. A little bit of wrap up with Claudian. Back, Ash. Hope you said farewell to tennis for me. Recent events have given me not only a new focus for my research, but also insight into my own origins. It really is a gift I could never hope to repay. Slaw Breas said him, not Eric Thonios. Yet I bear a part of him inside me. I should do what I can to follow the traces he's left behind in the present day. A spark's been struck in my mind, ready to pursue my research with a fervor the likes of which I have not had since my youth. Doubtless I shall have need of you in the days and moons ahead. When that time comes, I only hope that you will once again lend me your sound counsel. Till then, may you fare well. I don't care. Just take whatever. Awesome jail. Great job. Awesome jail. Great job. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Okay. And what do we have here? Since what happened, the moon mine ties itself in knots, take weeks, blah blah blah. How goes the investigation? Decisive in, things around here have returned to what one would call almost routine. Busy as ever, Theocy must be analyzed thoroughly for any adverse effects caused by recent events. Professor Claudian seems most eager to analyze the heart of Sabik. Trace remains of Athena's memories. There is yet power inside the crystal. It's the same corrupting influence of Orosite. And truly is the most qualified to do so, it falls upon us to plumb its depths. Knowing the heart's history, and the history of other crystals like it, the prospect does fill me with some dread. Not so much as to overpower my sense of curiosity. As long as we move forward with courage and caution, I'm sure our findings can prove to be a boon to the scientific community, and perhaps society at large. Okay, so they're going to be studying the heart of Sabik. Makes sense. With the ethereal sea and heart of Sabik to keep my mind occupied, I feel I shall never again lack for fascinating discoveries to motivate my work. Oh. Topic has been keeping us quite busy as of late. Gigi and Rusinide have been great help in making sense of all these fabulous tales. Shall call them at once so we can share our findings thus far. Ah, this must be the scene people were talking about. Our research into the heart of Sabik has led us through many magnificent legends and tales from bygone civilizations, some of which mention, or at least hint at, the presences of Athena, Orosite, and the High Seraph Ultima. We've formed an operating theory based on our findings. It's impossible for us to confirm its feasibility. Given your experience with the High Seraph, however, I can think of no one better with whom to discuss it. Oh, really? Though we know not with the precise timing of the High Seraph's visit to this star, we do know that Athena somehow came into possession of a mysterious crystal, said to be the source of the destructive magic known as Ultima. According to La Brea, it was Athena who gave this crystal the name of Orosite, and from her tireless research was born the Heart of Sabik. The Heart of Sabik contained not only Athena's memories, but a concentration of ether unlike anything we've observed. Even a small portion of it could level mountains. It did, in fact, level Castrum Meridianum not so long ago. Records of your previous encounter with La Brea imply that the heart was, for a time, in the hands of the Allegan Empire. Doubtless it was the Asian himself who gifted it to them, thus sowing the seeds of calamity. The Allegans made little progress toward penetrating its mysteries. Some scholars attribute the fact that they were able to use it at all to theoretical encounters between Alleg's researchers and the High Seraph. Regardless of its journey, however, we do know that the Heart of Sabik returned to La Brea's clutches soon after the Fourth Umbral Calamity. The rest hardly bears going over again. Tracing the legends of Orosite back to their source suggests that the High Seraph may be the cause of countless tragedies, including our most recent one. Regardless of the Orosite's source, however, it was Athena's bottomless ambition that set the wheels of tragedy in motion. I found one of La Brea's remarks most odd. When we were discussing Athena, he said that he was a fool to think she could be confined. He didn't elaborate on the statement, but I think there's a possibility that Pandemonium was built not as a prison for failed creations, but to contain his very own wife. I already know he was well aware of the influence Orosite had on Athena. It's not beyond the realm of possibility that Pandemonium's true purpose was to keep her isolated from the other ancients. Even so, she had freedom enough to continue her research outside of La Habre's purview. Perhaps it was his love for her that kept him from tightening his grip on her activities. Interesting little story bits. How about your research? My ordeal has left me none the worse for wear. I could work with a characteristic aplomb. Well, as much aplomb as can be mustered when reviewing the many records which have piled up in my absence. Because I made the proper shows of gratitude to Scarlock Monteshane and Master Fortunate for their efforts to search for me. Master Fortunate was stone-faced, claiming that he had only done his duty. Scarlock, on the other hand, seemed most eager to learn every detail. Takes all sorts, I suppose. Does Rusinod have anything for me other than triple triad cards, which I'll come back for a year or two from now? I'm back to my days of fetching documents and assisting with various other hands. Well, I'm glad that Professor Claudien is back safe and sound. Short vacation would have been much appreciated. Okay, he's got nothing more. I'm guessing that little talk about the hardest of beak is what everyone was saying. Like, no, go back and talk to whoever, whatever. Let me double check real quick. Blah blah blah, raid lore speculation, theory regarding blah blah blah, theories, blah blah blah. Nope. No. Okay. Nothing really useful for me there. I'll assume that was it, because that was a pretty interesting story, and I do believe they were saying to talk to one of the researchers again afterwards. And he was the only one that had anything new. Let me double check, see if there's anything else I wanted to get up to today before I log off. No, those are just normal weeklies. I can do most of that off stream. That's the end of Pandemonium. Oh yeah, there's the new variant dungeon I want to get to eventually. There are a couple more big things I still want to do that I haven't done yet. I think that's good for now. Okay. There we go. And hey, what do you know? It did actually take me about 3 hours to do that. Yeah, like I said, that raid seemed like it was going a lot faster than the other tiers of Pandemonium, and then it became very apparent why it was doing that, and that's because the final chapter of the raid is super backloaded with story. Like, all the big story stuff is from the end after you've done the 4 fights. Anywho, that is where I'll wrap it up for this week. Let me hop over to Twitch and let's see who's live for raiding. Next week, there may be some of the Savage raiding we might get into, possibly. Like I said, I don't know if my static is going to do it like week of, or they're going to wait a little while. We shall see. I might want to get into the variant dungeon stuff. I think the new variant dungeon drop was 6.4, or is that not till 6.45? I think it dropped with 6.4. And I need to do Tataru's Grand Endeavor stuff and all that. Starting off with next week, I may be dropping one of my stream days. I'm not sure which day that is until I figure out like which days my statics are rating and which one I want to stream and that sort of stuff. But it'll most likely be one of the weekends, right? Saturday or Sunday. It'll probably be one of those. I just feel like there's other things that I need to do in my normal, like, real life stuff. And there's also, I think, other places where I could better spend the time working on other things. Be that, like, video cut downs or clips or posting to other sites and stuff like that, too. So I probably will be doing 3 days a week. For a while, but I'm not sure how which day it'll be. Like I said, I need to figure out the rating stuff with my static first. Anywho, God Eater, no more EX6 art stuff. No. EX. No. Time to Porsche. That's a fun game. Legend of Heroes, Destiny 2, no. Yes? No. Let's see. 6.3 MSQ, jeez. How about... Oh, Foxy's doing the raid stuff as well as some MSQ stuff. Right? Let me see where they are. Yeah, let's go over there. We'll keep the Pandemonium raid stuff going. Alright, we'll head over to Indecisive Fox. Like I said, next week, Tuesday, Thursday, probably around the same time. I don't think I'm gonna change those days at all. And let me grab the link. This is where we're going. It'll probably be some Tataru stuff. There'll probably be some variant dungeon stuff if the variant dungeon is up. I don't know where to even start that. I'll check in on that. Maybe some raiding, maybe not. There might be more EX6 as I work on that. Probably a lot of Final Fantasy XIV again, though, next week anyway. Anywho, thanks for hanging out with me this week, guys, and hanging out with me for the end of the Pandemonium raids and all that stuff. I will see you guys in a couple days. Later.